If it's one thing I love to break down and make look incredibly stupid, are fanboys. And I love breaking down the stupid excuses of fanboys. Now that is something I love to do on a weekly basis. So we're going to do that here today as well. You see, because over the weekend, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta was released for reviews. And of course, the embargo lifted, and everyone has been talking about its incredibly terrible performance across every single platform. Now, I know what you're asking, Alex, what does that have to do with anything today? What are fanboys even talking about now? Well, what we're going to be doing today, ladies and gentlemen, is doing one thing and one thing only, and that is pulling receipts and breaking down every excuse under the book that these clowns, idiots, and morons do on a daily basis to protect a piece of plastic. And this won't be the first time I've done this either, because I've been calling the PS5 Pro a scam for an incredibly long time. Hell, I've called NVIDIA GPUs a massive scam for an incredibly long time as well. So you clowns can't come after me being like, you don't talk bad about the PC gaming. Hell yeah, I do. Everybody gets theirs on this channel. The difference is, though, I'm able to go ahead and be critical of an actual product or even a company or a platform that I truly enjoy. And that's the big difference between someone like myself and fanboys on the internet like we're going to be showing today. But the better part about all of this is just proving the fact that every single idiot who called the PS5 Pro a 4090, if you don't believe me, take a look for yourselves.
We've been telling you that this thing was going to cost $700, and we told you and told you and told you. And instead of you all just saving your money like we told you, you were like, I'll never do it. And guess what? This thing's more powerful than a 4090. It is. A friend of mine, he called me. He has a 4090. He was like, look, I struggle with this. You know, he said he's struggling with it because he's seen that this thing do things that the 4090 can't do. It's not going to do this. It's going to struggle.
Everyone talking about, the PS5 Pro is worth the $750 really has no idea what they're talking about in the gaming space. And the crazier part is how Metal Gear Solid Delta has exposed every single fanboy doing it. In fact, here's what Digital Foundry even had to say. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, an expertly delivered Unreal Engine 5 remaster that looks fantastic, but there are clear performance issues to address, while the PSSR implementation on the PS5 Pro disappoints. Now, I'm going to be real. It's not just the fault of the PS5 Pro. It is merely a symptom to the bigger problem, and that is this insane ubiquitous need to go ahead and consistently have the most highfalutin, high-resin, lens-flaring RTX ray tracing Malumen graphics they could possibly ever put in every single video game. We see this happen over and over again, where clowns will go on Twitter, zooming in photo mode on a character's eyeball, seeing how many veins they have compared to the other console and how many veins their eyeball has in their main character. This stupid, idiotic graphics chase powerhouse is exactly why your PS5 Pro costs $750 now. That's before the disc drive, so a well $800 plus device to even play physical media, the only possible thing to be happening in console gaming right now, even though in that space, that's falling by the wayside too. So you're paying more money for consoles that don't perform the way they should. You're paying more money for video games that are launching broken, buggy, and are not even complete or having a decent frame rate. And then these same idiots go around and defend these exact same things. Synth Potato tweets this out. Major warning, if you're planning on playing Metal Gear Solid Delta, the game runs terribly with PS5, Xbox Series X rendering at 720p to 1080p at 30 to 50 FPS in performance mode. The PS5 Pro somehow runs worse and looks blurrier despite using PSSR, another disastrous Unreal Engine 5 release. If you want to talk about why I call the PS5 Pro a scam, there it is right there. Spending even more money on a mid-gen refresh only to have worse frame rate, worse visuals, blurrier resolution, all because you wanted to support the developers. You wanted to give PlayStation your money, and here we see it in full daylight. The fact that there are so many times that we have seen the pisser on the PS5 Pro not perform to its standard. We have seen PlayStation fanboys turn around, blame the Xbox Series S over and over again as the major problem, when in reality what we've seen happen with the S is that when developers finally get down and get to work and they optimize for it, every other game gets more benefits because of that in the first place. Every single time we see this with a brand new generation. We saw it with the PS4, we saw it with the PS5, and now we see it with the PS5 Pro. You clowns, you idiots, you morons, all you guys ever do is consistently talk about how great console gaming is over PC gaming. Yet the exact same moment that you guys finally realize, uh-oh, we bit off more than we can chew, we started calling an APU better than a 4070 Ti, we started calling an APU better than a 4090 or even a 50 class card. All of a sudden now, it's quiet on the Western Front. Everybody's trying to freak out about what the real problem is, when in reality what we've noticed is the issue isn't the hardware, the issue is developers. And instead of calling developers out and realizing, hey, you guys are the problem, and trying to go through and spend more money on hardware instead of optimizing for what's available now in the first place, that's where the issue comes from. Here is FromSoft Steve saying this: if you're a gamer and consider a game terrible because it runs between 30 and 60 FPS, then you're just a whiny, spoiled brat. Steve, I'm sorry, brother. That's the only way I can explain it right now. The fact that you're calling people a whiny, spoiled brat because they have expectations of their hardware that they purchased or of the game that they bought, let's not even go into the cost of things, is really insanely ridiculous in the first place. The fact that you went through and had the gall, the audacity, the testicular fortitude to make this tweet in the first place and then get cooked in the replies is exactly what you fucking deserve, my boy. Going around and being like, you're just a whiny, entitled, spoiled brat. Consoles like the PS5 Pro cost damn near well over $800. We've got graphics cards costing onto the $1,000 plus range. People are spending more money than ever before on video games and services, and these companies keep jacking up the price consistently. At the same time, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta is now costing $70 on day one release. And instead of actually having a spine and going on and calling these companies out, you want to call people entitled, spoiled brats. No! The fact that these games are costing even more than ever, the fact that these consoles cost more than ever, the fact that these systems are increasing in price consistently in the last 5 years of being released, really goes to show that the only people that should have a problem with it are every single person in general. If the fact that I'm going around and spending more money and I'm getting a worse product, a worse experience, and having nothing in return means that A, I should give you at least 20% of the actual price of the game. If you're going to give me 20% of the game that fucking works, is the first thing. And two, maybe games shouldn't cost $70 if you don't have the actual reality of going through and providing a full complete product, because you sure as shit want my full complete money when I put it down for the game in the first place. This absolute insane behavior, calling people brats and entitled when people are spending more money than ever on consoles and games and services, truly is the most dumbfounded thing I could ever possibly imagine. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, it does in fact get worse. MBG on Twitter said, when I played Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on my PS2, it was 480 at 30 FPS, and apparently there were frame drops, and it didn't even matter to me at all. In fact, it wasn't even a thought in my head back then. Just enjoyed playing the game and got completely lost in it. Kind of missed that. No. We're not going to sit here and talk about like, guys, I miss when we just played video games. When you were the exact same guy who's been console warring nonstop every single time since the entire thing started. You were the same guy console warring every single time about the PS5 Pro. You've been console warring about games going to Xbox. I don't know how many more times we have to put on here that now when it's a game that you like, now you're like, oh, guys, listen, guys, come on, please look. Can we just go back to being, enjoying video games again? Who cares about demo resolution? Who cares about demo frame rate? When you are that dude talking mad shit about the PS5 Pro and what it could do against everybody else and having a mid-gen refresh. And here you go, trying to be like the in the middle ground kind of guy when you were in fact the exact same person trying to be that dude fighting about consoles and used to be an Xbox guy who became a PlayStation dude. And honestly, I love Metal Gear. It's my favorite franchise of all time. But I can sit here and I can criticize the entire thing simply because it's not up to par. The expectations have changed. Consoles now cost $800. Games cost $70, $80 plus sometimes. We're not doing any of this bullshit anymore. It's not acceptable to have at this moment in time anymore. But because randomly it's a game that you enjoy or a franchise that you like, you You want to avoid all criticism for it. Hell, you even tried saying this live on your own stream.
I'm going to be honest, man, like where I draw the line, right, is just like, look, man, you got to make a decision. You're either going to reject this game, not give them your money, and demand better, or you're going to give them your money and play the game and basically tell them it's okay. My response to that is, why not both? Because why not? Like, why can't we still support the thing that we're excited about, but make it very clear to Konami that you need, there are still problems. Your work is not done. You have to fix it, and you need to make sure you do better next time. See, and I get it. People maybe feel that way because they're like, well, it's like what you're saying, like they'll only listen to money. And I'm like, well, but is that really true though?
I just can't. I just can't. Hold on. Wait. Let's give the company the money that they're asking for on a product that is literally broken on launch that they've increased the price of because everybody else increased the prices too. And then be like, you guys, listen. You did a bad thing. Bad thing. You guys got to fix the game. Did you fix it? Take a year. Fix it. It should have been delayed, but here's the fucking money anyways. Bro, how? There is no double way. The only way these companies know to stop making games like this and to delay them to have proper performance on the consoles that you spent well over $800 on is for you to go through and not give them the money. The only thing these companies know is, in fact, getting the money. To go through and say, you know what? We can do both, guys. We can be really angry and still give the company the money. You know what I mean? Support the developers. That entire bullshit mantra line that we've debunked over and over on this channel. Every single time fanboys go through and try to spout that pathetic, stupid Adam 22 chair line in the hotel room, that's what they sound like over and over again. You clowns are the reason GPUs cost $2,000. You idiots are the reason games cost $70, now $80. You morons are the reason that the PS5 Pro costs $750. And you defend it. And you fucking defend it. Guys, we could do both, guys. Yay! We could give the company the money and at the same time tell them they've been very bad. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to cry in the corner as they count all the ducats that you give them because you clowns don't have a spine. I swear to God, PlayStation fanboys truly are the worst of the actual bunch. But it gets even better because now when people are calling out the fact that the PS5 Pro is not as powerful as it should be and it shouldn't be costing $750, guess who shows up to defend it, my boy? Reforged Gaming. What happened over the weekend? What's going on?
I mean, I just think it stands to reason that if you have developers doing a great job in a very large number, and then you have this game coming out and doing this, it's like, yeah, it's probably something the developer did. I mean, what do we say when games come out and run really poorly on PC? We don't say that the PC platform is a disaster. We say, man, that developer did a bad job.
Oh, I cannot wait to pull the receipts on this one. Now it's not the hardware problem, boys. Now it's the developer who's the problem. We got to support them, but they're the real issue. They didn't do PSSR right, you guys. It's not the console at all. It's the developer. You mean the exact same thing everybody's been saying about the Series S? Wait a minute. It's so funny. It's really funny how Reforged Gaming has been the exact same guy blaming the Xbox Series S for all the problems, trials, and tribulations that are happening in video games on the Xbox side. But yet magically, all of a sudden, when a developer has a problem with the PS5 Pro and the pisser on the upscaler, guys, it's not the hardware, it's the developer at that point. Even though everybody's been calling out that it's a developer on every single side. And don't even start, Reforged. Don't even start bringing up PC gaming, because we know how you feel about PC gaming. Shall we pull receipt number 1, please?
The PlayStation commentary about games not coming to PC within 2 to 3 years. You PC guys are hilarious. You're hilarious as you get really upset and really angry at multiple bad multi-platform launches and multiple really bad ports to PC. Here's an idea. Maybe get your own games. Do you ever consider that? Maybe PlayStation investing in their ecosystem, their hardware, maybe Mark Cerny creating a relationship of trust with developers for the PlayStation 5. Maybe somebody in the PC realm should do that. Maybe do that before talking big about PlayStation not bringing games to PC fast enough. Or here's a brilliant idea. Buy a PS5. Maybe that.
That's this guy's entire mantra and soundbite about the entire thing. And he's consistently talked shit about the Xbox Series S. And then he's laughed at about requirements on GPUs being things like the 1060, talking about like nobody's gonna buy a cheaper PC rig because why would you want to? And to make this whole thing even funnier, as he's sitting here defending the PS5 Pro and talking about how it's the developers, take a look at Reforge actually blaming the Xbox Series S. No, I wasn't kidding.
I know that there's a quote floating around from the guy from Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 that's being largely misrepresented by the folks that like to cheer for Team Green. I'm sure they coordinated this in a Discord as well. So they were doing an interview, and he basically said that with respect to optimization, the other platforms were helped by all the extra work they had to do for the Series S. I would not consider that to be a feather in the cap of the Xbox Series S. I believe that's just another indictment. Like, we had to do more work. We had to trim things down, as he said. They had to trim things down for the Series S. That's more work. I don't think developers are hearing that interview and lining up to say, we can't wait to do the same thing. Again, this is another one of those times where I don't think this is the win that you think it is.
And the thing is, this dude has also talked about like exclusivity and how great it is for the pipeline of development, even though every single time we've seen exclusives also have major graphical issues and also have frame rate problems and also do everything under the sun that doesn't really help the console in the first place or the actual consumer. Get a spine, bro. I don't understand this garbage. The PS5 Pro should not be $750. It should be $499 at the most and come with the disk drive and come with the stand and be backwards compatible with PS1 and PS2 games on top of PS4 games. It makes no sense why people walk around and just defend this kind of shit in the first place. People like MBG, give them your money, guys, but then just yell at them on Twitter. I'm sure they'll fix the game. People like Reforge, oh, the Series S is the problem. Get your own games. It's the developer's fault now because of my precious PlayStation, even though we've seen it over and over again. And here's the actual evidence that whenever a developer buckles down and gets the job fucking done on something like the Series S, it actually impacts everything else positively in the first place. Oh, it's so good to see. Vindication. You gotta love it. It happens over and over again. Performance is a massive factor in all of this, and these game companies are charging you more money for their hardware. They're giving you less in return for it, and people like this and this are literally ruining the gaming space because they want to defend a plastic box and a fucking corporation, or they like the franchise, or they think that you're a brat, or they think that you're broke, and all this other bullshit, when in the end, it doesn't really matter what they say. What matters is what's in your pocket. Watching the 180, blaming the hardware on one space, and then now blaming the developers on the other when it's hardware that you enjoy in the first spot and you actually try to defend. That's the hypocrisy I'm calling out, and that's what we see all the time. Every single clown on Twitter has been talking about how great the PS5 Pro is, yet all of a sudden, when it's shown in their face, hey look, there's major problems, these developers couldn't do it right, now you're like, oh, what's the next goalpost I gotta move to fix it so that way I don't feel bad about the purchase that I made? Take the energy you would have made in moving the goalpost and put it to where it actually belongs. Start talking shit to PlayStation about the cost of their consoles. Start talking shit to these developers who don't do the thing right that they're supposed to. And then maybe things will change, but they won't because there's too many pay pigs like we saw in today's video talking about calling you a brat, calling you entitled, and trying to blame everybody else but actually holding the companies accountable. And that's the part that pisses me the most off of these fanboys. It's the thing that really just drives me up the wall every single time. But you know what? Keep acting like this, keep being like children, and I'll keep putting you in this content because, baby, apparently this thing is never ending and I damn sure do love it. And the PS5 Pro is an absolute scam in the first place. But you know, if you liked today's video, thank you. And if you didn't like it, fuck you. If you want to see more of this kind of content, more PC port reviews, gaming news, Steam Deck videos, fanboy content like this, and live streams every Saturday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 91,000 subs, and I just want to say thank you guys so very much for everything. It does mean a lot. If you want Discord access and emotes during live streams, become a YouTube member. It's as low as $1. If you don't want to spend the buck, don't sweat it. Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, come on down to the stream. Trust me, it's a hell of a show as 800 to 900 people insult me with AITTS every Saturday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern. You'll love what you see. Trust me. With all that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have a great one, and I'll see you gooners next time. Peace!